Once you know the size of it, all you have to ask yourself is what I'm selling worth this?
How does somebody new to these processes know that they're at somebody's, that they're deep enough, that they're at the why in their DNA? How do they know when to stop digging for that and that they're there and there isn't like, you know it intuitively, you've been doing it since you were 6 years old. Is there a couple steps somebody can take? I mean, I think that this is somewhere we could really move a population of people forward is yes, they need to get to the why, but how do they know that they've got the why that matters, that's inside the DNA?
So the way I'm gonna try to do this in a structural way, not an intuitive way.
Yeah.
So that's where the concept of the gap came up, right? So if I spend enough time getting you to tell me where you are today, right? I'm going to die. Okay, great. Let's just do it the pill eats, because it's easy. Everybody understands that, right? I said, great. Well, how old are you? Okay, I'm 35. Are you married? I just got recently married. Do you want kids? Yes. What are you guys thinking? We always talk about 2 or 3, right? Okay. What do you do for work, right? I have a great job I love. My wife is just started her own business. I think it could be big. So I flush all of this out, and then I realize, okay, you have terminal brain cancer. You have 6 months. So now what I know is the future. The current state is you got 6. You're currently married. Blah 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 blah. And then the future state is you want these things. Okay. So now, if you die in 6 months, you don't get those. There's my gap. So I can simply now, I sort of know it. I can simply say, and I know no one would ever say this, but for the lesson, it's fair to say, so understanding this, Paul, there's really nothing that you wouldn't do to make sure you first have kids, walk them walked out. Like, you have way tons of life left that you're not willing to give up yet. Do I understand that? And you measure it because walking the kids down the aisle, watching them graduate from high school, your wife's business being successful, you getting promoted to VP, blah, 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 right? That gap becomes so big, the why is built right into it. I call the intrinsic motivation. It's as plain as day. But the cool part about it, Oren, and I'm glad you asked this question, is most people try to go they try to go right down the middle and grab it. You can't do that. You can't. You have to anchor somebody in what's going on today. You have to anchor them in why they don't like it. That's the key piece. Why you don't like it today? What pain is it causing? What are the problems it's doing? How is it impacting you, right? And then why is it happening? What's going on? Then it's like, okay, if we can solve this, what is it you're looking for the outcomes? What do you want them to be? And then it's this big, this big, this big, this big, this big. And it doesn't matter. Once you know the size of it, all you have to ask yourself is what I'm selling worth this? Right? That's why people say, well, you can't do it on something like a pack of gum. You bet your ass I can. If I find out you stopped into my 7-Eleven store, I wouldn't take the time, and I find out that you're going on a first date and you just ate garlic over lunch and you don't have time to go home to brush your teeth and you haven't had a date and gotten laid in a year and a half, I could probably charge you $20 for that fucking gum right now. So don't tell me I can't do the gap. It all comes down to the uniqueness of each situation. If you're just going home and it's an hour drive and your mouth tastes like gas, all right, here's $1.50, great. But it's still the same product every time, Oren. You seeing that? It's my unique situation of where I am now and where I want to go that drives the intrinsic motivation. And as a salesperson, it's your job to uncover it and help them see it.
If you're planning to become a deal maker at this level, make sure to join the Daily Dealmaker. We get into one little piece of this daily, and so you're just stacking and stacking and stacking these tools and tactics and strategies until they come out of you as naturally as they come out of me and the people that I work with. Add the tips, tools, strategies, tactics a little bit every day, and by the end of a year, you'll be a totally different, new, improved person and a very strong deal maker.